If you're someone who's into epic fencing lore, stories about epic history-making wins, and tales of how to deal with heartbreaking loss, then this episode's for you.
Hey, Seth.
All right, Steven.
How's it going?
Let's cut to the chase, Steven. Sitting in front of us, we have a 3-time Olympian, a many-time...
I wrote it down.
Oh, you wrote down everything?
I wrote down what the internet told me.
Oh, man.
So we got an 8-time World Cup / Grand Prix bronze medalist, a 2-time World Cup / Grand Prix silver medalist, a 3-time World Cup winner, 3-time Olympian, 1-time Pan American champion?
Individually.
Yeah.
That's actually surprising. Would have thought he got more in the tank.
I didn't have time to count the national teams.
Yeah,
I
a gajillion national teams for the U.S., spanning over 12 years in seniors, I believe.
Yeah.
3-time Olympian, team world champion in 2012.
History.
4th place individually at the London Olympics, and U.S. fencing legend, men's epeist, and our current U.S. national team coach leading the charge to the LA 2028 Olympic Games, Seth Kelsey. Woo! Welcome.
Thanks for having me here.
All right, we got to fix that mic though.
Is it too low?
A little. There we go.
There we go.
Keep that in.
Yeah, we're keeping this in. Because I work here now. I know what I'm doing. Nah. All right, just kidding. Hire me.
I think you forgot Pan Am team champion.
Pan Am team champion. All right.
How many
that's pretty
times?
Good.
Once.
Once.
There was like a super Pan Ams where I won individual and then we won team.
Ooh.
So it was like best trip to Guadalajara I ever had.
That's pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
How many bad trips to Guadalajara have you had?
None.
All right.
Yeah. I also went there on like an exchange for 2 weeks, like in
But
7th
this was
grade.
better.
Yeah, it's much better. Yeah. The only thing I wanted on that trip was like some pogs. So
All right. Well, I don't know exactly where to start other than I'm just really excited for this because Seth, you've been the national coach now for a year, and Steven and I have both gotten a chance to work with you as athletes, and I've also gotten a chance to work with you closely as the men's epee athlete rep for Team USA, and you were kind of a fable or a myth to us for many years. And now I'd say you're someone that we have gotten to know much better, much more closely. Our respect for you has changed its shape to a more personal and human respect. Before you were this idol that it was the avatar.
yeah.
And then he vanished. And now you're back and working with us. And it's been really awesome, just the journey that all of us have taken to get to today. And that's kind of what we're here to uncover.
I love that avatar analogy. That's a pretty good one. And Fable's right. I remember when you were sort of taking your hiatus, I was coming up as like an 11-year-old. So I never got the chance to, still haven't fenced you. One day.
Yeah, not Monday because you'll be gone.
Yeah, I'll be gone Monday. But the only time I ever really got to see you fence in person was when you came back and fenced that team event in 2016 during your, was it Hall of Fame induction?
Yeah.
And that was awesome. I was like, I've never seen someone look like they're about to eat a person.
Oh, yeah. You
that
had
is,
how many touch comeback in the anchor match?
6 or 7.
Yeah. We
I was properly motivated.
that was a properly motivated move. Yeah, there's some foul play.
There's a video on the internet.
Yeah, there's a video on the internet. Anyone, you can look it up. New York Athletic Club versus PWF in 2016 Summer Nationals. Let's gloss over that. Anyways, Steven, take us away.
Well, Seth, thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
The only place to start is the beginning. So if you wouldn't mind going into your story of how the hell you got into fencing, what was your early days like, and just run us through the story.
Yeah, so my parents had sold a lodge in Wyoming, and so they're like, we're going to keep moving west.
Manifest destiny.
Yeah. in Boise, they couldn't find a house in Boise, so they kept going. They landed up in Vancouver, Washington. I guess they found a place, and then so they sent me to school, as most parents do. And I made 2 friends on the first day. It turns out they both fenced, and my baseball coach was terrible. Like looking back, I was like, just did everything a coach shouldn't do. So I was like, I was open to doing any other sport. And so I went down and I was awful. I was awful at fencing, but it was super fun to hang out with my friends. And like our coach, Colleen Olney, I didn't know at the time, but like her sons were both multi-time Olympians. But she made super fun tournaments. She would take all the money from the entry fees and spend it on like super soakers and toys. So like it was just like a fun time to be around. And then I was really fortunate that they hired Ed Kerfonte the second year. And I went from being pretty bad at fencing to like winning JOs and under 13 the next year.
This is like middle school?
Yeah, so I started at 11 and then I won JOs at 12.
Nice. JOs used to have a U13 event.
Yeah, Little Rock, Arkansas.
Nice. Because now JOs is 17 and under and 20 and under, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Except for last year. But.
Yeah, the format's changed. Yeah, it's still one of my prize medals that I have. It's a little gold USWA fencing medal.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
I think that's something there. I mean, we're going to keep talking about you, but something that Steve and I continue to notice across many guests that specifically American guests, but Tristan is one that comes to mind. Honestly, Sam too, but I don't know how much he talked about it, but having the culture of the club and that friendship that you had with other teammates and people there is kind of what made you want to keep coming back. And that was the joy. You're like, I'm going to spend time with people I like, doing something that I enjoy. And it wasn't about being good or winning or being a 3-time Olympian or being a senior team world champion. It was about having fun with people that you like.
I remember for like 8th grade graduation, which is ridiculous in its own concept.
That's also an American concept.
But like the
fun 8th grade graduation.
the teachers wrote like a poem for every student. Yeah, it's a weird school. I
like it.
But they were like, oh, like Seth will like win the gold or something. And I was like, what are they talking about? I was super excited to like win some JO stuff and do like the fencing, but like it didn't even like enter my mind that like I would even try for the Olympics. Like I was just trying to go to these national tournaments and like eat breakfast at Denny's.
Seth will win the gold. So do you still have this poem? And if so, do you still remember the teacher's name? And if so, did anyone ever tell her that you won a lot of golds?
I don't remember who wrote it. I definitely don't have the poem anymore. But my high school did induct me to their Hall of Fame last year.
Congrats.
So Marl Zagunis went to the same club as I did. Mm-hmm. So greatest women's saber fencer, U.S. history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the best in the world ever.
Yeah.
She was a pioneer.
Yeah. Her mom ran the club that I went to eventually. And so they have a relation. That club is on the school grounds that I went to. And so she saw that my school started a Hall of Fame program. She put me in. And so I didn't make the inaugural class for some reason. But so she made sure I made the second class. And then she did my induction.
That's so cool.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm no hog today, Steven.
Whoa.
I passed the ball.
Very kosher of you.
Happy Hanukkah, as they say. Now we got to post it tomorrow for it to still be relevant by the time it comes out. Thanks, Ari.
All right. So you were describing it as, you're going to Nax, having fun, eating Denny's. Any Waffle House in there?
No. I mean, I'm from the West Coast, so yeah, it wasn't. I still don't know that I've been to a Waffle House. There's one in Colorado Springs, and I drove by it 1,000 times. It's pretty close to the U.S. fencing office, but I don't know if I've ever been.
Waffle House was my favorite knack treat when I was a kid. Like I won my first knack medal 10 at night. Me and my dad and my friend were at a Waffle House, and that was one of the best meals I've ever had in my life.
We ever do not if, the next OTC camp we do, we're all going to Waffle House.
Yeah.
Going.
It means we also have to
Tearing
get
up
into
the
a
Waffle
fist fight with a local.
No, we don't have to.
I mean, them's the rules. So. You haven't been to Waffle House, so you don't know.
Yeah, that's why we go to Taco Star and go through the drive-thru.
Yeah, there you go. So that was the origin, and it's awesome. Again, it's so cool that what really kept you in the sport at the beginning and kept you buying into it was the joy. And as a listener of our podcast, which again, we are actually super humbled by and grateful for, you know what's coming next, but it's something we ask all of our guests. And, you know, we're going to definitely go off script and get more to the point on stuff, but this is one of our key points that we do love harping on. And that is an all-in moment. That is every athlete that gets to any result that they are proud of, right, has a moment where they decided to buy into that process more, to buy into a goal, to buy into something bigger than just coming and playing with your friends and enjoying it. So if you remember, or if you had a moment like this, do you mind sharing what we call our all-in moment, where fencing became more than just playing and having fun, and it became something that you wanted to dedicate yourself to?
I think there's lots of different moments.
Yeah.
I mean, one that sticks out is like we made changes in our training like after 2008, like where we started doing like a full strength conditioning program that was 5 days a week. And like, it was rough, like, especially for me, like teammates like Jimmy Moody, like, loves that stuff. I think Soren's been doing a lot of this stuff for a long time. I think Cody took to it really easily, but like for me, that was like a tougher thing. So I think for me, I was like, oh, like we're really gonna do this. And looking back, I knew that was the all-in moment, because when I retired in 2012, I was like, I don't know that I have what it takes to put that effort in again. Like if I want to give, I know what it takes to put in 100%, and I don't know if I have that for another 4 years. And I think this is only worth doing for me if I can do it at that level. Yeah, so I think for me, that was probably looking back, that was kind of the all-in.
After 2 Olympic Games, everybody matures and grows in different ways in their career. But you got to 2 Olympics, you had accomplished a lot, and to actually make your dreams come true and put that medal around your neck at Worlds, at the Olympics, like you understood what needed to happen, and buying into that was the all-in moment, correct?
That is definitely one all-in.
No, not okay. I said but that was the one that came to mind, and that's a big one, right? Because Steven and I have talked about this a lot. The success that comes along with the first true wave of success in someone's career is just sort of exactly that. It's a wave. You're just riding the wave of training, luck, feeling, things are clicking. You have superpowers all of a sudden. People aren't fencing you super hard yet because they think you're just like some scrub. And then all of a sudden they're fencing you hard, but they haven't figured you out yet. And things are good. And, but then you have to, once you become aware of what really needs to happen to get to wherever you want to be, and you actually understand the gaps and know what that is. Every person, I think, has a different threshold.
Well, I think also the gaps that you choose to work on, or the gaps that you need to work on, evolve throughout a career, right?
Yeah.
And evolve as people figure you out, figure different things about your game out.
Yeah.
Like that's a constant evolution that needs to be taking place to like continue to compete at a high level.
Yeah. And then, but when you're talking about like on a 4-year cycle, because like at this point, you finished the '08 Olympics and you're thinking, right, 4 years ahead.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's not like what I need to do today to get better for like, oh yeah, if I work on my foot touch or like whatever, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm thinking 4 years ahead and I'm going to plunge myself into this thing and look up, stick my head out of the water again in 4 years.
Because I think I was number 2 in the world.
That's a huge commitment.
In a weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was number 1? Mateo? Grubnier?
Yeah. I think it was Mateo.
Fabrice?
It was definitely not Fabrice. He was number like 37th.
Especially after that back flick. Sent him down 30 spots. No, I'm just kidding.
No, he got injured earlier in the year. So he dropped down.
Nice.
But there was another moment. So I'm in the Air Force. And so in 2006, the Air Force ran out of money. And they cut half of the lieutenants in my year group. So like everyone the same year. And so I was one of the half that got cut. So I had like planned out my whole life. I was like, oh, I have this like secure job and they're going to help me out with fencing. And my commander was great. I had like a pretty flexible job. And then they're like, oh no, like you're done. And I was like, what? So like fencing can be expensive, right? You get all the travel. And I was like, oh, like.
I'm what?
And like I had bought a house. So like, I remember like trying to figure out like, oh, how am I going to do all of this and like make it work? And like, I was like, oh, I'm going to join the Air Force Reserve, which you only get paid for the days you work. And like, they can help me some with the fund. Like, I remember that being another kind of all-in moment of like, I do want a fence and I'm going to make it work. And like, it's not going to be the way I thought it was going to be. Cause I think we all kind of come across, maybe we have this like plan and then like something happens. You're like, well, it's not going to be like I thought it was going to be. Like we're going to find another way to make this happen.
Yeah. My plan was to be Lee Kiefer. That didn't work out.
Yeah. You're not lightning incarnate?
No. I won wins Cadet Worlds once. Thanks is going to be Lee Kiefer. Literally. And that changed real fast. But
the plan keeps getting shit on.
Well, but I think that's kind of analogous to life. And I think it's really important because through sport and through the pursuit of, self-mastery and just whatever your goals are within sport, you can orient your life, right? And I think that leads to a lot of growth. So you probably grew a lot through that experience.
Yeah. Like through like losing the job.
Well, through the plan crashing and burning and you having to figure it out, right? Because you still had a goal. You still had these things that you wanted to keep constant, keep consistent in terms of, I'm still working on this self-mastery through this tool that is fencing for you, could be guitar for someone else, could be whatever. And you were willing to shuffle your life around to make it work. And that probably, like I said, led to a lot of growth and maybe some success down the line or.
Yeah. There's lots of things. Yeah. There's been lots of yeah. If I go into the Air Force Academy, there's lots of growth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I definitely saw that a lot in the students that I got to interact with. And you went during the more hardcore era. I'm a post-COVID, friend of the Air Force. So I've only seen it since it's gotten a little more relaxed.
My high school I went to, we called teachers by their first names. Like in middle school, we sang like hippie songs. So it's just the contrast between that and a military school was so much that it was quite a shock. They did not appreciate me paraphrasing the quotes.
Oh, yeah.
Or the code of conduct.
No, I bet.
Yeah, that was unpopular.
Yeah, a lot of push-ups.
Yeah.
Wall sits.
Wall sits, push-ups, sit-ups. I'm decent at push-ups now.
Got big arms.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That was one of the things I wanted to ask about was like that, because growing up, that was one of the things I knew about you is like he's the athlete in resident. I believe that's the name of the program. So you're saying that was cut off. Did you end up getting back on that? What was that?
Athlete in residence at the Air Force? No, he's an athlete in residence at the Olympic Training Center.
Well, there's a name for the Air Force program.
W Cup.
W Cup.
This would be like a super technical aside.
Good. Yeah. I need it.
Let's do it.
My terminology's
Education
off.
station.
So in the military, so the Army has a full-time athlete program. It's called WCAP. And so they have actual positions, and so your full-time job. So Cody Mattern was in the Army WCAP program. So they have actual billets and positions. And so that's great. That's their actual assignment. It's like a full tour. The Air Force, on the other hand, does not have positions. So if someone gets into the WCAP program, they're on loan from someplace. So someone's taking it out of hide. So that's a little harder to do. So it's not a stable program, but they do provide some funding for travel, which is awesome. So I was in the program, the first time I think for like a year and a half. And then as a reservist, I think I got a couple months for 2008. And then I got the Olympics for 2012. So and then some travel in there. But
and then now you help with the selection process for W.
Yeah, they reach out and
you're the subject matter expert consultant.
Yeah, they want to bring in people who have legitimate chances at qualifying. Just kind of a reality check of, hey, they're ranked 100th in pole vault. Are they gonna make it? Doesn't seem likely. Or
yeah.
And
sorry to whoever's number 100 right now. You could still do it. It's just not looking pretty.
Yeah. And then the Olympic Training Center, when I was there, Cody Mattern and I kind of built the resident athlete program. So it took a long time. Essentially, we showed up and we said, hey, we want a program. And then the Olympic Committee said no. And we said, well, we're going to make it happen. So we paired up with pentathlon, and just by kind of wearing them down and just being there and force of personality, we ended up making that a reality, which was awesome because I think that was what led to the success in 2012.
Right.
Because we ended up having Jason Pryor and Jimmy Moody, Andres Harani, and a lot Soren Thompson was out there intermittently, and a bunch of other fencers came through and just built an awesome dedicated space where people train full time, and then we will do the strength conditioning, and then it's nice having pentathletes there. Would offer up some variety every now and again, and they would bring through their international camps, which some of the international pentathletes are very good. Yeah.
That was such a cool, I got to go once for a camp when they were still, when Jimmy, Andros, and Jason were still out there. And that was such a cool experience to go just for a week and be in the dorms and see the center and do that training. It was a really, really eye-opening. I want to say life-changing, but I'm not going to go so far and say it changed the course of my life. But it was such a cool camp, and it was so cool that they brought up cadets and juniors and stuff and allowed us to go out there and have that program. And that's all thanks to your efforts. I had no idea.
Yeah, it gives you a little taste, and then
made me want more.
Yeah, and a moose bouche. Yeah.
Yeah. A little sampler platter, if I may.
Ari, you got a personality. We got to get back out there.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, hey, when I was living in Colorado Springs, and maybe when I started when I was in Denver, but anyways, I was in Colorado. No, I think it was when I moved to Palmer Lake, but right outside Colorado Springs. I was assistant coaching and training at the Air Force Academy. I was able to start utilizing the Olympic Training Center as well. So I can totally agree with both Steven and Seth here, and that it's an amazing resource. And I wish that we had a somewhat different system somehow where it was either closer to us or we were closer to that, where when I was there, I remember telling you about it, and there was zero chance that anybody would move down to Colorado and do that when all the jobs that we all have are in New York. And at that time, there was no chance that I was moving to New York, and there was no way to bring that here. So it's kind of this disconnect, but it's a beautiful, beautiful place with so many amazing resources, and they're all geared towards athlete success. And you get to rub shoulders and talk to other people that are in the exact same trenches as you for wrestling, weightlifting. The para athletes, they're so badass. Oh my God, lifting in the gym with them. This gym is the state of the art, most beautiful gym I've ever worked out in, probably to this day. And yeah, I mean, it's so cool that you got to live there for how long?
I trained there from 2005 to 2012, 2004, 2012.
Great
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Were those the golden years in your mind?
I've had an amazing life.
Hey,
I
let's
mean,
bump for that.
yeah, that's
I owe you.
yeah. No, those are some amazing. I think it's, as a adult, whatever that is.
Seth, you're an adult.
Yeah. But it wasn't for a lot of people. Like after they graduate college, it's rare to be around a lot of people in like a social setting, and so the OTC is nice in that, like, you get to have dinner with like 30 friends every night, which is awesome, and like talk about shit and like just have a good time. And like my wife Paige, who was a fencer, and she's like, "Oh my god, the stories were amazing!" And like this one like gymnast elk always had amazing stories of like these crazy dates he went on. Like, yeah, and then
Shout
like
out elk. Yeah, but it's true. It's great. It's like a college campus, but it's just for athletes, and you don't do school. You just do sports and then hang out. And that's honestly what it felt like.
That's all I've ever wanted to do.
Yeah, honestly.
yeah. And I'm still there's Cody ended up rooming with a weightlifter, Donovan Ford, and yeah, he just came over a couple weeks ago.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
so he lives
Lifelong friendships.
Yeah, lives like 4 miles from my house. So
That's great. Let's talk about the hard-hitting stuff. Like really, we left out a lot of details about Seth's career in the introduction. For example, you were second in the world. You medaled at Junior World Championships. Did you not? If I remember, no, you did not. I thought I saw a video of you fencing like Fabrice in juniors.
That was a Junior World Cup. I was going to say that too. I was sitting in grad school one day.
no, it was fourth. It was in Burgos.
You got fourth at Junior Worlds?
No, I got fourth at Burgos against Fabrice. Fabrice knocked me out of
Wait,
Junior
you
Worlds.
used to have to fence off for third at World Cups in juniors?
Yeah,
That's brutal. That's awesome, but that's brutal.
yeah. I got the touch to win, and his blade just exploded, and and it worked. That's the crazy part. Is it like, but like they still took my touch away. Yeah,
That's unfortunate.
yeah.
I hate to bring that memory up for you. Sorry.
Yeah,
but I watched the
I-
video online and I thought it was the finals.
No,
I thought it was finals. Too.
Yeah, I think it says finals. That's YouTube messing up for us.
yeah.
But point is you've had a very, very long career of many ups and many downs. And I really wanted to talk about some of the most intense ones here. So I think,
Get into it.
yeah. So I think the big things that we want to talk about are the really big, the most bittersweet end of your career, essentially. And then also, and this is what I want to talk about. Steven could talk about other stuff as always. Like everyone's welcome to talk about whatever. But the thing that I really want to touch on, as I was thinking about this interview, was your final Olympics as well as your Team World Championship gold medal. And we can start with the silver medal, I guess, about 2 years before that.
Yeah.
And the other thing I wanted to touch on was just the coaching position for national coach, Team USA, and just thoughts on the process, the program, maybe some unfiltered thoughts on how you feel it's going or how you think it will go. But yeah, let's touch on, Grand Palais. We've now fenced there twice as a sport.
Yeah. And
it was beautiful both times. Probably could have seen this coming after the 2010 Worlds.
Yeah.
But yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, just the most incredible venue on the planet. So like the night before, that like I'd done well in individual, and like I am horrible with like the numbers or whatever. And I think for that one, I thought I had a bye into the second day, and like I had screwed it up, and I think I was 17th. So I had like fence pools, and I was like just those days when you're just feel like you're just like fighting the wave. Like you just can't. I think it was like me and maybe Jesus Lamardo, and we were just slugging it out in a 5, just trading blows, like double, like, and like, which I think is what I definitely needed it. Maybe he needed it too, and somehow I made it through, and I think I ended up making the 8 or something. Like, it ended up being a good day, but like, I was super tired. I hadn't slept. I think I slept 2 hours. I was like, and we had drawn Czech Republic, and one of the Czech guys had beat Cody really badly the day before, like in the individual. So I was like, probably gonna be a short day. I'm tired. I was just upset. I was like, but I gotta get up. Let's do this thing. And then like Cody opens the match like 5-1 or something. I was like, oh, like this is on. Like I guess we're doing
it live.
We're doing this. And then like kind of the days like a blur, to be honest. Like just.
And the team was you, Cody Mattern, Soren Thompson, and Ben Bratton, correct? Oh, it was Benji Ungar at that World.
No Soren.
2010?
Oh, 2010 was no Soren. So it was you, Cody.
Benji. So me, Cody.
Come on, Seth.
Ben Bratton.
Who's the fourth?
And then Benji Younger.
Okay, Benji Younger. Okay, so
Benji Younger didn't fence.
Okay, but he fenced individually.
Yeah.
All right, got it. So you, Ben, Cody, and Benji Younger. All great fencers, and Soren is a large character in this story, as Seth already brought him up. He's coming up again later.
Yeah.
Just bet. Rolodex is running out of battery.
Yeah. Long travel day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I guess I just saw Sebastian, who was our coach at the time. I saw him on Black Friday. Like, Seth, you gave me like crazy heartache. I guess we'd fenced the Chinese, and I guess I gave up like a 3-touch lead, and then like got it back. Like, he's like, you gave me 6 heart attacks, and like I ended up obviously like winning, but like I remember none of it, which I kind of think about now. Like when I look back, you know, you kind of edit out parts of your life, right? So, you know, I was bummed out about the last result, like at the World Cup. Just I have so many like hopes and dreams for the team, and I was like, oh yeah, like I remember these feelings, but like I'd kind of edited them out of the highlight reel of my own life. But I was like, those things are still in there, and yeah, it was like a little easier for me to empathize with what Sebastian went through and what I put him through.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and then we ended up losing to France, but it was a good setup for the movie when they make it.
Yeah, exactly. And was it close?
Yeah, we were ahead 7.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Hometown advantage, I guess, or something.
No, like they fence great. And like I have a really hard Grumier. I have a hard time with Grumier. Yeah, up until that point, I never beat Grumier. Stay tuned.
So yeah, so that was 2010. Then just take us through a little bit of what happened leading up to 2012, and then maybe we can talk a little bit about some fencing history, where like why there was no Olympic event for men's epee and why it was World Championships instead. And
yeah. In 2011, we just focused on individual.
Mm-hmm.
I just talked with Sebastian about that, I don't know, a couple months ago, and I was like, oh yeah, we did terrible there. He's like, yeah, because we just focused on individual because we knew there wasn't going to be a team event. So like when they added the full slate of like women's events, they had to like rotate out, and so it was men's epee's turn in 2012, and so
there was no team event at the Olympics.
No team event. Yeah, so we all did pretty great individually in 2011 in Italy.
Yeah.
And then going to so that's why in 2012 we had a World Championships with us and women's saber.
I didn't realize it was limited.
Yeah,
I thought it was just like a full World Championships,
Yeah.
and we just happened to have both that year. But
No.
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's really hard to get the Olympics to add medals.
Mhm.
Like it's a pretty complicated process, and so
And somehow we did, which is
They got
great.
it.
Yeah.
In 2016, it was women's foil and men's saber that didn't have the team events. And then in 08, I'm guessing it was men's saber. No, it was only,
Men's foil.
oh yeah, it was men's foil and
Women's
women's
epee.
epee in 08. Yeah, because
Yeah.
Kelly went to
Yeah.
Beijing. Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, and then 2012, we were just, I think, firing on all cylinders as a team. Just, I think, we've been fencing together for 10 years at that point. Me, Cody, Soren, and then Ben had been kind of relative newcomer, but had been with us
He's a silver medalist from 2 years prior.
2 years
right?
prior, but like had been 6 years. But he had been coming to the camps that we'd been having at the OTC, like when he was still like a junior and cadet, like just amazing teammate. Side tangent here. So when I went finally, I always had a hard time fencing Ben Bratton. Like I've never seen anyone manipulate the distance like he does. That he would like do this pole, and just, you're like, oh, he would like suck you in and just like take it over.
Mhm.
Like when he did that, I mean, he was the best in the world at that move. He could hit anyone, and that's why we put him in that third spot because people are like, oh, this is the weak guy. We'll go get him. Oh, please, yeah, please go ahead. And so like I always had a hard time fencing him, and I don't know if I was winning. I don't know if I was above 50%. So when I started the strength and conditioning program, for the first 6 months, I was like, I don't know. And then I finally drew Ben at a knack. And then I was like, I think it was like close. And then I think he like turned it on. And then I was like, oh, I have the same amount of gas. And I was like, but it's on. And he was like, what? And then like I was like, oh, I'm fully bought in now to the strength and conditioning.
So it was Ben Bratton who showed you that
The proof of
the
concept.
strength and conditioning was actually working.
Yeah, like 100%.
It's a big honor.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, if I can hang with this guy, then this must be working.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah. Thanks, Ben. Great fencer. I only got a chance to fence him after he had come back he took a small hiatus after you guys had won, and I fenced him. And he has so much fire in him when he fenced. And it was very smooth, calm, and then explosive and passionate. And then he'd get off strip and he was just a very reserved and calm and composed guy.
Yeah.
But when you're on strip with him, he's giving 2,000%.
Yeah, and that's sort of the strategy we ended up with, right? Is that because he gives so much, it was hard for him to fence 3 bouts. And so it was great. We'd use Ben for like 1 or 2 and then Soren for 3 for the third one. Cody's just a rock. Like
Animal.
yeah. He can fence all 3. And then I had been the anchor more or less for the whole time. And so like that day, I think we beat Switzerland 1 touch in overtime. We beat Hungary even because like the passivity thing was weird. So like I got priority and then won on even. Not in the minute.
The
like,
extra minute or like the passivity minute.
Yeah.
You go until the minute's up. Right?
Jason Pryor, I guess it was before like video was live streaming. So they just saw the score and they saw it run out. And I guess he was like, had lit a bunch of candles.
We were at Div 1 Nationals. I remember Jimmy Moody freaking out.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
won! They won! I'm just 15. Like, is he talking about what I think he's talking about? This guy who I don't know but idolize? Talking about other people we don't know but idolize?
And then in the final bouts, we fenced France, that was going to be their 8th win in a row, which is going to set a record.
That's so French.
So they brought everyone. They brought tons because we're going to set a new world record. Because I think they're going to surpass Hungary or something for like most world championships in a row. So they brought everyone. And like, how confident are they? Like, they draw the Americans
Again.
and like, they're almost always beating us. Like, they're an incredibly deep team, super athletic. I mean, one of the most talented teams on the planet.
Who was it? It was Grumier,
Robieri.
Lucene, or
It might have been Lucene.
I think Gustin was their fourth.
yeah,
Oh,
I forgot about Goose.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't want to realize I've just been talking a lot this episode. I was trying to let you guys
You were-
figure it
yeah.
out.
But anyway, so
That was during the Gustin era.
yeah.
though.
Yeah.
So we're fencing them, and the last time we fenced them in the Worlds, we got up by 7. Well, this time we got down by 7, and so Cody and I have been super close for a long time. I mean, we're roommates. We grew up in this. We fenced at the same club growing up. I married him and his wife on a farm in Bordeaux, like super close. And so like I see the relationship between the anchor and the setup person is like particularly unique because you have to be able to communicate like, hey, as the anchor, like this is what I need. Sometimes you have to ask a lot. And that time I was like, Cody, I need 7 touches. against Grumier. Not against Grumier, against Robieri.
Still. It's still.
Which is a big ask.
If you're not a fencer and you somehow still made it this far into the episode, that's a lot of touches for 3 minutes to go positive.
Against one of the
Yeah,
best in the world.
Against one of the best in the world. Yeah.
I mean, you're asking for a miracle.
Yeah. You outright asked him for that?
Yeah.
And how did he respond?
He was like, done. I mean, he just looked me dead in the eyes. He's like, I'm doing it.
How'd you react?
Like, of course. I think. And Cody's, he was asking me to like, he likes to be a little, everyone performs a little bit better, different excitation levels. So he'll ask you to slap him to get into that kind of perfect zone. So he asked me to slap him a little bit. And by God, he went out there and just put on a clinic. I've never seen anyone fence so beautifully, so many consecutive times in a row. And to this day, I mean, it still brings tears to my eyes to think about like did an amazing job. We would not have that medal without, I mean, it was a team effort all day, but like, I mean,
That was heroics. It was heroic.
yeah, it was a heroic, yeah.
That's the legend right there. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's Achilles on the battlefield.
yeah.
Yeah. So my question is, this is happening. How are you preparing for that World Championship final, the final leg of the finals? Like how you're watching this happen, you understand that you're in it. You guys are going to be in it. He's put it probably 4 touches in, 3 touches in. You're probably like, okay, this is happening.
So I think he's going something, and then Soren goes in and like puts me up like 2 or something,
Mm-hmm.
2 or 3. So like, I know I'm going to go in plus 2 against Grumier. And my kind of deal with myself is I was like, I'd given, so like sometimes I'd coach Jimmy Moody as a strip coach. He would end up coaching me at the Olympics as my strip coach, but sometimes I would coach him. And sometimes I would tell him, I was like, if you go out there and you have a heart attack, you've probably done enough work. And so for me, I was like kind of giving myself the same. I was like, I'm going to go out there and literally kill myself for 3 minutes. That I'm going to move so hard that there are going to be no regrets at the end of this. That I've left every possible ounce. Like there's no possible thought of like, oh, I could have done a little bit more. I could have done one more prep. Like, no. And that ended up really setting myself up because I ended up burning, I think like a minute and a half. And I gave up 2 touches. But I burned so much clock. And then, I don't know if it's Providence or I like advanced lunged to the hand. Just, which was like was a touch I had scored on before. Like, I think I'd used that touch to win the World Cup in Australia against a Japanese fencer. And so like, because I had done so much time, worn down so much time by all the moving, and then like done this surprise action. And now he had to do something that he wasn't comfortable doing, but like by pushing, that like it really set me up for success. So like, you know, I think people talk about process goals, but like it was very visceral that like, I feel like the whole team, like I had responsibility to the whole team, and that like, I didn't want to, you don't get too many shots to be world champion. And I didn't want to leave anything. Yeah.
That's
It's
awesome.
amazing.
That's really awesome.
How did it feel to win?
It's so good. Yeah, it was so good. Yeah. We had like a coach that worked with us at the OTC. And so like we had dinner, and then like our flight was like 2 hours later, and just long travel day home from Ukraine. And we get back, and he's like, "Oh, we have work left to do." And I was like, "We won worlds. There's no, there's." And while I was like frustrated at the moment, there was work left to do. Like the Olympics were,
Yeah, this was
months
April.
away.
this April,
yeah.
and the Olympics were, you know, and a couple more, you know, can't do the math.
Probably 2 to 3 months, because it was early July, I remember.
Yeah.
No, it was early August.
Yeah.
So it was like 3.5 months probably.
And there, I'll be honest, the amount of work I put in between April and August, I've never worked so hard. Yeah.
Got to cram for the exam.
Yeah. I've never been more in shape or fitter than going into London.
Yeah.
So then now we're at London.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through that day? Or even if you want to walk through the journey of being at the Olympics.
Yeah. So we did our training camp right outside Paris in Saint Gratien. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong.
Better than me.
Yeah. It was good. We had a couple other fencers there. We stayed in like an Ibis. We ate Moroccan food most nights. We took a cool trip to the Normandy beaches and ate like oysters on the beach. I think Soren tricked me into going to the water. It was super cold.
What a trickster.
Yeah. 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 And then we took the
And he
channel.
sat on the hill going like this.
No, he was in the water too, but I was
Oh.
like, oh, it feels amazing. It did not. Then we took the channel, which is cool.
The
Is that the channel?
Yeah, the train under. The train
English
under.
channel?
Oh.
To go to the UK?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
To
cool.
get to the Olympics?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And
It's
they had
called
like
a channel?
Yeah.
That's cute.
And they had like a brass band at the other side. And so
That's so British.
yeah. And so a few athletes kind of took that path to get, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Um,
That's unique.
yeah. And then, yeah, just sort of normal lead up to that. And then, you know, the first bout, I felt a lot of pressure. I'd lost every bout at the Olympics so far.
Quick
First one?
question.
You hadn't won a bout of the Olympics.
No.
Quick question. Did you know you were hanging up the gloves after this? Like, had you made peace with that? I know you cited, like, I knew I couldn't put in 100%, but had you had that conversation with yourself yet?
I don't think so.
And your first bout was Ligu Jia.
Yeah.
That's a hard first bout.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
How long did you have to prepare? When did you find out that matchup?
I don't think I even knew.
You just showed up. You're like, oh, I know this guy.
Yeah. Which I think for me is kind of, you know, I think everyone prepares a little bit differently. And
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, I always feel that like, if I show up and do my best, I feel really confident that things are going to work out. Sure, I think there's room to do video analysis, different stuff, but I think it's more important for me to, if I'm excited, I'm ready, I feel good, and then I can force my game. And so like, yeah, Ligu Ji, one touch overtime. I mean, I felt just like the biggest feeling of relief to like, just the vindication that like, I am okay as a fencer. Like I have won a bout at the Olympics. But then I had Novoselav, who I have never beaten individually.
And he was the number 1 seed.
Yeah. And I had a similar conversation with myself before I fenced him as I did before the World Championship bout. I was like, because he's a scary person to fence. That if you give up ground, oh, you are in trouble. I mean, he is multi-capable. Flick your hand, flick your leg, go to the body, pull you out.
He's one of very few multiple-time individual world champions.
Yeah.
In men's epee.
Yeah, super athletic and like a nice person.
Like a Superman build. He's like your height, ripped.
Yeah.
Very long arms.
Yeah.
Clean ass fencing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just kind of looked like a textbook of Russian fencing.
Yeah. So like my goal, I was like, I'm going to challenge him every moment, every time. I'm going to make his life as difficult as possible. And on top of all this, in February of that year, I had a coach that trying to teach me to do a draw.
Has this been Benoit with the check back?
Yeah.
Was it check back?
I don't know if maybe that was the thing I was supposed to be doing.
Was it the thing where you like step with your front leg and push off
Yeah.
and didn't kick your
So
back
like
that?
I tried the draw at a World Cup, and like I guess I misjudged it, and me and this Japanese guy came together and ended up like rupturing my TFCC. So I don't have that anymore in my wrist.
Oh no.
What does the TFCC do?
It is the pad between your wrist bones.
Ah, that seems important.
Yeah, so you know what really hurts is when your wrist bones touch. So like any hammering motion or any of this. So I've been experimenting with like a bunch of like tapings and stuff, and yeah. So like this whole like worlds and stuff, like essentially my wrist had been like locked out. So it actually changed my fencing a little bit. Like can't really move the wrist if it's locked up. So at some point I was thinking of Ashalov. We like crashed together, and I just remember like my vision goes white. Thought maybe I went to the other side for a second. And I was worried like I couldn't use my hand. But I realized it was just pain. Just, but like, you're right. There's a difference between like, oh, something's broken and just like the nerve signal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that feeling.
Yeah. You do it on a weekly basis.
Yeah, that happened to me at the last NAC. I did a flesh for the first touch on Simon Shan. It was like, was that worth it? I this really hurts. And then I limped for about 15 seconds and was like, oh, it's just pain. I didn't think I went to the other side though. That's intense. That's like, that must have really hurt. He's much stronger than whatever impact I did on my ankle.
You didn't have any bones touching each other.
Yeah,
either.
it's just my little Achilles getting a little stretched. That sounds painful.
Yeah. But like the whole bout was just like, I never can let him start. Ever. I have to challenge him every step, every time. And like, there's no way I could have fenced that bout like that if I hadn't put in the work that started like 4 years earlier. And so like just, yeah. And then, I mean, it felt great to win that bout. Like I think I fenced, sometimes you fence a bout and you're like, not that that bout didn't feel easy, but like I felt very gratifying that like I fenced it the way I wanted to. Like I made good choices, like wasn't like the cleanest, but it was awesome. And then like the next belt I fenced Fernandez and I did everything I wanted to. Yeah, which was awesome. Yeah. Like sometimes like the bouts feel easy.
Yeah.
So I was able to flesh at will. Like he just wasn't able.
It's a good bout.
It was a good bout. Yeah. And then fenced Lamardo. And I think this is where like I realized like I hadn't maybe grown enough, and that like I think the next two bouts probably part of the reason I think I wanted to be national coach is that like there are lessons I hadn't learned yet that I want to impart to the team now, so they can learn them now. They don't have to learn them in LA.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And what are those things?
That I think we all have times where like you're fencing good, and then there's some break, right, in the competition. Whether it happens at NACS, right, like when
You're
we had
sitting
like
around and
like when we had like double elimination, right, and you're waiting for the backside, or like there's just maybe like your pod gets ahead or whatever.
If you're really unprepared, pools to DEs, it goes awry.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah, and so there was like a 6-hour break between.
God,
Yeah, and so that
like a whole nother day.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I mean, you know, to be able to like, you can't just you have to like come down and you have to like make a new day, and that was something I had not prepared for.
So what was your strategy? What did you do?
I didn't really have a strategy, so that I mean, I tried. I was like, maybe I'll try to sleep. I was very nervous going into it, and I could definitely feel myself not willing to take the risks, and not. I didn't have the other ones. I definitely felt like I had like process goals and like kind of a clear like what I wanted to do, whereas against Lombardo that. You know, I got up a couple, but then I was unwilling to like press the advantage. But like, you know, I think we've all like seen the medal, right? I had a period of my life where I finished second 7 times in a row in cadet, junior, and senior events. So it wasn't like I wasn't fencing good, but like I just couldn't. Every time I was like, oh, the gold's right there. No.
The last 3 DEs I've lost, I was up 13-12 each time.
Yeah.
Same thing. It's like, oh, I could win this. Not again. Really?
Yeah. It's just so important to like, you know, like be willing to like take like smart risks that like, hey, I'm up. Like like go fence about you want to fence. And that like, you know, some people fence great when they go back, but usually that's not everyone.
Right.
Or if you are going to go back, like how are you setting that up in a way that's like advantageous to you? Like, how can you be the rabbit in the briar patch?
Never heard that one, but I agree with you. Have you heard that?
No, but I can picture it.
So we were both in agreement.
So, I remember telling you that Carla Mae Richards.
Yeah.
She's from the South.
Well, she's a lot smarter than Steven and me combined, I guess.
Yeah.
A lot more briar patch experience, maybe.
Yeah. I don't have enough briar patches.
Yeah. So like, you know, again, I let it go to overtime, which even in overtime, I don't feel like I fenced the overtime particularly well. Like, I think sometimes you're not like hungry for the touch. That like you're out there, you're moving, but like you're not actively you're not hunting. And I definitely didn't feel like I was like hunting for it. So like, you know, it's unsatisfying. It's one thing if you're like, oh, I was doing everything I could and like I got beat.
Yeah.
But if you're like, oh, like I didn't get to fence my full self. And I fenced him a bajillion times over the years, and I've won many times, and I've fenced great many times against him. But yeah. And then the final bout, you know, I also went to one touch. Like I fenced okay, maybe a little bit better in that bout. Yeah, got hit in the toe. I got big feet.
So
It's a signature move.
Fun side tangent. This was right after London or during London, and I was in my garage or my family's garage practicing footwork or something. And one of my neighbors, just 80-something-year-old woman, never really saw her much because she was inside, but she came outside to walk or something, and she knew I fenced, and came up to talk to me and my dad about it. She's like, I was watching fencing in the Olympics, and there was a guy who was an American. We were like, yeah, Seth Kelsey. Like, yeah, he's, you know, and she was like, and I saw he lost, and the guy hit him on the tip of his toe. He lost by the tip. And we were like, yeah, that's a point. And she was, but the tip of his toe? Like, That's how.
Epee.
We're like, yeah, that's so unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
Nice one, Steven.
No,
That's
no.
our guest.
No, that's fair.
Who else am I going to tell
No,
the
no,
story
it's
to?
all
I'm just kidding.
That's fair.
Sat with that for 12 years, Ari. I finally let it out.
Yeah, it's true.
No, I think it's worth acknowledging. Like, it took me a long time to. Yeah, I think we all take losses, right? I mean, personally, professionally, and
I made my middle name taking L's. Ari taking L Simmons.
and it took me a long time to like figure out how I was going to integrate that year and that experience into my life and be able to kind of like move forward. And it did give me a little, like a small glimpse into like people with PTSD. Because there'd be moments when like, you know, you start to ruminate on it and like, you can feel like the heart rate go from like 80 to 150. I was like, oh, like if this is anything, even if it's like 10% of like what someone with PTSD has, oh man, like I really empathize like how disruptive that would be in someone's life. And this is like just sport, right? Like we all lived.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went back to like,
Nobody went to the hospital.
Yeah.
yeah, we went out to, I think, Chinese food that night. It was the only thing open that late.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But it's true. I mean, it's something that you put your whole life into. And it wouldn't be fair to you or anyone else not to recognize that even though it is just sport, it really matters. And the way in which we perceive ourselves in these moments is important to our own identity. You know, that moment can be seen in so many different ways. For everyone else, it's a triumph, right? And everyone knows once you're really in the fencing community, you know, same thing happened this Olympics. Andras V he got fourth on 2 priority losses. And people say like fourth is quote unquote the worst. But that does a disservice to what an epic day and journey you had to get to that fourth, right? So it's interesting. And, you know, when did you feel that started to shift for you into something that you, like you said, you integrated more into your life?
I think maybe at like 7 months, felt like more manageable. And then maybe only recently in some ways. I think like coming back, I started like doing some like coaching. I like coached with pentathlon and stuff, and then like coaching like some club stuff in Oklahoma, and it might have been then like working with like, you know, there's like a club and they got people who are kind of excited about fencing and trying to find their way, and kind of nice to kind of just see the like just the joy, right? Like
Back to the joy, yeah.
yeah, so it's kind of
Brings you back to the very beginning.
yeah, kind of
The playing games, playing zombie with the U.S. men's FA national team.
teaching
As a
them
warm up.
yeah, teaching people how to hop.
Yeah. Yeah. But really, it's good. And we're happy to be a part of that process.
So
Yes.
I have a surprise for you.
Yeah. Well, it's surprise
I was
time.
gonna-
I was
yeah.
wondering when you were bringing it up.
So as you know, or the viewers, listeners, so the team motto is PAIR.
Oh, yeah. What does it stand for, Seth?
Professionalism, excellence, accountability, and respect.
Oh, yeah.
Pair on 3. 1, 2, 3.
PAIR.
Pair.
And I just like that it's organic. Like came from the team. When I showed up, like at first I was like, is this like a real thing? And then it is like, and I love that now I like add pictures of it. And so if you notice, like we have pictures on because like you went to Paris.
You were at Manaus.
Oh, yeah, in Manal, sorry.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like,
So like the little photo in the WhatsApp chat
yeah, the pair.
is a pair. Well, some of those pairs and the photos are from my backyard. And those pears in my backyard, my wife and I picked, crushed, pressed, fermented, and bottled.
Oh, whoa.
Oh my God.
So I have a Perry.
Oh, a Perry. That's very fencing of you, Seth.
Oh my God.
Oh, that is awesome. Now this is deep into men's epee culture. While Seth's getting that, I'll talk about it. I mean, we've had a lot of
with that.
no. I was
I always
a part
credit
of
it to you.
I'm just annoying about everything, which is why you credit it to me.
That's
Are
fair.
you going to be able to use a bell guard, Steven, to get that open?
Yeah. Hand me that blade.
All right.
I learned this in a hotel room. We
This one doesn't.
No, that's the one that's screwed up. That one's good. You know, we've chipped so many hotel counters over the years at knack parties, and then I finally figured out I could do this.
Let's go. So I'll keep talking. Basically, we had a lot of cultural issues in U.S. men's epee. Or you can do it on the other side. All right. A lot of cultural problems for U.S. men's epee over the past probably started in like 2019. That was awesome. Woo! From 2019
I
until
caught that too.
yeah, from 2019 until about 2025. 2025, but they really started to be owned by the athletes around 2023 to 2024. That season was the first season we really started to take ownership of our culture as a group, and people started speaking up and treating each other with a lot more respect. And Pair came around in 2023, and we kept it going into this new Olympic cycle because it just represented a new era of men's epee. And, you know, how cool is it that we get to do it with Seth and with each other? You know, I think the most ownership I've seen from athletes as a group that is productive and solution-minded since your generation.
This is so
And
cool.
it's really cool to be a part of that. And it's cool to get coach buy-in because I want to credit Franco and Dwight, who did help with the inception of this. They were the national coaches at the time. But to have you come in and just be super willing to take it and run with it, make it your own, and make it even more a part of our culture is really cool. And for us to have Perry right now is really cool. So
This is
I'm giddy.
like straight from the backyard, no adjunct.
Oh my gosh.
So this is organic.
As organic as it gets.
As organic as
Cheers.
it gets. Cheers.
Ooh.
That's scrumptious.
It's-
So
It's like a less tart cider.
on a technicality, is this wine?
No, it's about. So I did I actually like measured the gravity before and after. So it came out to like 5.2.
But what is
It's like a cider.
okay? But can't wine also be 5.2%? I don't know.
Wine,
wine's
Where do we draw the line?
well, wine is
between-
made from grapes.
So you can't have pear wine.
No.
Well, every day you learn something new. We're drinking pear cider.
You just
We're
just-
drinking Perry.
you drink them Perry.
Perry. Cheers.
This is delicious.
This is quite scrumptious, honestly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was really happy with how this turned out.
When they make the movie, this is going in shelves all across the country.
Yeah, absolutely.
We only have one pear tree. Pun intended. So I only got a gallon. So like this, I was like, okay, we got to save one bottle for the.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for
Thank you.
thinking of us.
This is the fact that this is direct elimination treat.
Yeah.
This is the first time that Steve and I are drinking on air as well. So cheers to the folks on the other side. Seth, you're a very thoughtful individual, and one of the cool parts about having you be a part of the program is that you're bad with names, but you're very intentional about when you speak, how you speak, and how you treat the individuals on the team, from number 1 on the ranking to number 71 on the ranking. And I threw out a random number. But
How am I trading number 71?
how you treating number 71?
Yeah.
The same way you're treating number 1.
Oh,
like
okay.
like an athlete.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like an athlete.
I would say supportive.
No,
Yeah,
like
give
you're
advice.
supportive of them. You know, if someone's approaching you as a national coach and they want feedback, you give them the feedback. You watch them and you tailor whatever you're giving to that person, and it's been really cool to see. And this is just another byproduct of that part of your personality, and I think we really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Brings me to my next question. And we are sort of approaching the end of this, but you're now the U.S. Men's Epee national coach. It's been brought up a couple times. You are, you're being benefited by it in the sense that it's helping you understand a lot of what you went through and learn through that to impart knowledge onto us, right? But on top of that, it's something that you come into with a lot of experience from a team's aspect, right? We just talked about some really huge moments, some really huge things that you did at a macro scale and on the day of to prepare for these huge moments. And we've started participating in some of that as a group. You're 1 year into that tenure. How do you feel? What's going on? You're in New York for a national team camp.
Yeah.
We start training tomorrow, and yeah, we're pumped up about it, but we want to know how you feel.
I mean, I think I'm blessed in that there is so much talent. I remember just kind of looking through the points list, and I was like, oh man, there's just so many good people so far down the list.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Steve and I were really far down, right?
Well, we were in the 20s, but
I think when Seth was looking at this, I was probably in the 60s.
I don't remember.
I was in the 60s till very recently, my friend.
Either way.
I mean, anyway.
But
you're on the top of the mountain.
I was talking about somebody else, but anyway, sorry. We're detracting.
But just kind of on the landscape, you're like, oh man, just so many talented people that, I think if you have a huge group of talented people and the hope is right that the cream will rise to the top, and I'll make no predictions about who will be on the team in LA. I mean, but I feel really great that you have this amazing pool of talent that 4 amazing people will emerge and will do great stuff.
Something tells me Sam's going to find a way. Hey, you don't have to make any predictions.
If I were a betting man.
Yeah, if I was a betting man, which I don't sports bet.
Also, Sam, don't listen to this. You can turn
Sam,
your
you
ears
already
off now.
know. And Sam's not listening to our podcast. Sam liked hanging out, but he's not listening. Anyways, sorry. I like talking. It's fun to interject. But back to you, Seth. I'm being disrespectful. Too much Perry. I'm gone.
One glass, yeah. Super excited for this weekend. I mean, we have maybe the most stacked camp I've seen in the U.S. in a really long time. I mean, essentially every day is full with 24 good, solid fencers.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time. We have to go back to maybe the OTC days when we had that many good people in the same room. So super excited about that. Feel like team culture's pretty solid. Still think lots of things that we can still grow on. I think we got room to grow on team fencing that still not completely new, but team fencing on its face can be very simple, right? Go out there and fence 3 minutes.
Go positive.
Yeah. But there's all these sort of micro decisions you need to make, and the situations feel slightly different. And so just getting all that dialed in and being comfortable with it. And that, I think what's different now than when I was competing is there's 25 good Epee teams.
Yeah.
And making the 16 is not a guarantee that and so that's
for anyone.
yeah. I mean,
No, I mean, you saw Taiwan make a top 4 in Vancouver. I don't think Taiwan has made a 16 before this, and that was a momentous occasion for them.
And they
right?
and they beat Japan.
They beat the Olympic champions from 2021 and the Olympic silver medalists from 2024. Like that is, and they're the world champions, the reigning world champions. I mean, and they didn't just beat them. They beat at least one other team.
Yeah.
I don't remember who they beat earlier. Anyways, point being, it's deep.
Yeah. So, and then, I think how I turn that off.
Alarm?
No, phone.
Yeah. It's a good alarm.
Do either of you want some more Perry?
Yeah, I would love some more Perry after you guys, though. When you and I didn't know each other, so I was 240 pounds.
You would have liked you then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Steven didn't like me at 240.
Actually, I didn't. When I didn't like you, you were lighter than 240.
Really?
But so we kind of lost the train of thought here. But I did have 2 questions for you surrounding your experience as national coach.
Yeah.
The first being, what was that experience like being approached for it? Did you have like an inkling of an idea that they were going to approach you? And, what was that sort of reaction you had when the powers that be approached you with this opportunity?
I'd applied for the women's job, the quad before, and didn't get it. I think they said it was like the worst interview they'd ever seen.
I can only imagine what was said in the interview.
But, for this one, a couple different people reached out. And so it kind of built like a storm on the horizon.
I reached out.
Yeah. But Ara reached out. I think I talked to Sam Larson, like the coach from Oklahoma.
Didn't Soren reach out as well?
Like a lot. I just remember I was in Korea at like someone's wedding, at a Sam Larson's wedding, when people started like reaching out, and like this idea just started like building. And then I was like, oh, like maybe this is a thing.
That was weird.
Yeah. Ghosts.
Hold that thought. The storm's brewing on the horizon.
Yeah. I think just the idea just kind of started taking hold, and then started reaching out. I think I kind of realized my mistake on the women's side, right? Like I hadn't reached out to the athletes, so I was like, oh, I want to do things differently this time. So I reached out to number of the athletes. I talked to them, and then kind of for the interview, they had a pretty long, like what they wanted to see. So I think it ended up being like a 40-page PowerPoint that they wanted. So like I've never prepared so much for like an interview. I presented to like Cody and Jimmy and my wife and Jimmy's partner. And then I presented to Cody's wife.
I think we went over it.
Yeah, we went over it.
Yeah.
So like just, yeah. So I think I like that process, that like talking to lots of different people, really thinking about it, like it got me to like a really good place. Yeah. Like whether I get it or not, like I feel like I made a solid decision, and whatever way they go, like I feel okay with it. But yeah.
What was your other question?
My other question was, what's different about the international circuit nowadays, seeing it? I mean, one, coming back and just comparing it apples to apples when you were competing, and B, how is it different viewing it from the other side of the strip, being in the box the whole time? I know you spent some time coaching back when you were competing, but what's the difference, would you say?
Difference one is like shaking everyone's hand after the bout.
You didn't have to do that?
It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Like I don't know why me and the other coach have to be friends. Like,
Oh, you mean everyone, not just the other, like the 2 fencers?
yeah, like it's so weird to me.
Seb was probably doing it as you were like unhooking.
No.
No?
It wasn't a thing. Like maybe you like the fencer shake hands and you like sign the score sheet. Yeah. So that was weird to me. Yeah.
We're soft now. This is a soft era.
Yeah. Things seem a little more serious now. That like there isn't. Yeah. I think there's some like casualness in my time, right? Like, right, things have evolved. When I very first started, there was 20 World Cups. Like, they all differed in strength. Like, it was, and that evolved over time. And like, there wasn't zonals was a new thing. Like, but now people go. I don't see people going out very often.
I didn't make second day.
But yeah, so like it seems like a little bit more professional now, but some of the fun doesn't seem to be there.
Just wait, I'll bring it back, Seth.
Yeah,
We're coming.
yeah. Careful what I ask for.
Full Banya every time.
Can't wait.
Yeah, and then definitely right. It goes through waves, but I think when I was in, like larger guys were kind of dominating, and now the Egyptians and Sam, like Diva, like the style, like
Kokikano,
yeah,
Yamada is like not
or even like Diva Roli, right?
yeah, Diva Roli.
So like
Only
kind
Gerku really is the last sort of
Yeah.
large man. Really,
He
who
is.
else? Name another big boy.
Yurka.
Yurka.
oh, and
Yurka's a big boy.
beard guy.
Oh, Charliamov.
Vadim. Sotai's tall.
This guy Oleg.
Oh, Oleg.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oleg's a big boy. That Belarusian guy that made 8s at Worlds is
He got
really
huge. I remember seeing him as a cadet, and that's just how he
Semenenko
was.
is
Yeah.
humongous. But yeah, not that many huge guys.
Well, now there's a Gali from France.
Oh, Galley's
big,
tall.
yeah.
He's like your height, right?
yeah. I watched him and the Korean girl fencing next to each other, both French grip, and his forearm is as big as her leg.
Yeah, no, he's a big guy.
Yeah.
And then that's probably it for like the really and our Oleg you mentioned is huge and like yeah.
I feel like Ruben's big.
No,
But like,
not like
for now. is what I'm
Ruben's
saying.
shorter than me.
Right. But anyway.
Yeah. So I also think that it's deeper now than it was. That yeah. Another like maybe 30% deeper.
I think I would agree with that's a
Yeah,
fair,
Steve and
that
I
is
have
a fair
talked about
number.
how like
Yeah.
the top guys don't seem to be as good on the whole in terms of like relative to the rest of the group, but the average level is incredibly high relative to what it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think probably the average fitness is probably higher as well,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you look at like the top 40.
Yeah, they're in great shape. I mean, they take it seriously.
Yeah.
It's good though. It's good to hear those things because it shows that it's growing in the direction where it is becoming more competitive. It is becoming, it's taking the steps that it needs to become a more serious sport. It's getting more talent in there. It's getting more whatever through the door.
I'm also just interested, like stylistically, anybody can watch videos of different eras and go, what's
This is
changing.
Steven's favorite thing to talk about.
I love watching that, but I also was just curious about some of the intangibles, like you said, the seriousness of it. Like, what was just step in your shoes for a minute, and what's different? That was my curiosity. So thank you for that.
Also be able to like tap to pay the entry fees.
Oh, that's
That's
huge.
new.
That's within like the last
2 years.
3 years.
2 years.
No, it happened when I could tell you the first one I tapped to pay at. It was Burn 22.
All right.
Yeah, like not having to exchange money.
It's cute.
Or even
Yeah.
maybe even no, it's Burn 22.
Even recently, I had to go into the black market in 2022 23 in Buenos Aires
Yeah,
to
23
get.
in Buenos
I
Aires,
went
you
the
had to go
whole.
Well, Buenos Aires, yeah.
Okay, but I'm saying that's still an experience that like happens. So to be able to in the same season,
And then they took
tap the-
euros, so you felt.
I was so silly. I lost.
No, they took cash. I'm
I
pretty
ended
sure.
up losing a
US
lot. I lost like
USD,
30
baby.
bucks for nothing. I ended up having to buy back my USD in their currency. It was like a whole thing. I just lost money on the conversion.
You're helping out Argentina.
I did this for you.
Lugones.
So I think we kind of talked about a whole bunch of stuff, and my hope is that we have you back for a more targeted conversation. But the main things that we harped on here were your experience, your story, your feelings towards the sport as you went through these ups and downs and are now working your way back up. I guess one last question for me before we jump into our next segment is, you think we can do it?
Yeah.
LA 28, baby. And I'm not talking about Steve and I individually. I'm talking about men's Epee podium.
America.
One day.
It is one day. Feels kind of crazy to be preparing for one day. I mean, it's something that we're all aware of and we talk about, we know, but it's so funny to be like, yeah, we're preparing for one day. And at this point,
Other sports,
we
is
know what
crazier.
day it is too. I don't have it written down. It's not in the encyclopedia yet, but after tonight it will be. The obligated to look it up at this
I got a
point.
countdown timer.
Till teams?
No, till opening ceremonies.
Okay. Well,
This is the
What,
first
that's
time
when it
I've
ends for you?
publicly admitted it.
that's when
That's
it
where
ends
it
for you?
starts. Sorry.
Dude, it starts right now. But we're preparing for one day, which is cool. It's like it both makes it more serious and also alleviates some of the pressure where it's like, okay, if it's not clicking today, as long as we're learning and working towards that thing together, that's good.
I mean, I think that's the balance, right? Like we are working to like perform on that day, but that it has to be more than just that one day.
Yeah.
That like these next 3 years have to be enjoyable, and that like we're all human beings outside of fencing.
Yeah. They have to matter.
Yeah. Like when all of you are more than just athletes to me, or like you're plus minus on the strip.
Yeah.
More than that.
Which makes your job harder.
Yeah.
Because,
You just left it at numbers, Seth. You had to make it harder.
Yeah. If we were all just numbers, then your job would be easier.
No, I think
Then the numbers wouldn't be as good.
I think it makes it, I don't know if it makes it easier or harder, but it makes it, if it's only about the numbers, then like there's no kind of joy in it. And so that, then it makes it like everything else harder, right? Like who wants to go to like Kazakhstan for 3 days?
I do. I want to eat horse.
Yeah. It's like really lean.
I've had it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
loved it.
Oh.
I want more.
Oh.
They gave some to me when I was in Japan actually recently.
Yeah.
They had horse sashimi. It tasted like venison.
It's not my favorite.
Can't say it was my favorite, but
Yeah, man,
I'm
Kazakh
still
horse.
getting mixed feelings inside because I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
Feel weird. I liked it.
Wait till you try Kazakh horse. Sorry. Something else entirely.
I believe you at the same time. It's hard to think that anyone can beat Japan food-wise.
In horse?
I'm not like on a quest to eat more horse. It was
I am.
It was already, being fed to me. So I was like, okay, I'll try it and I'll eat it.
Seth,
Steven.
the moment that we've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the final segment?
Yeah.
One light answers.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
So for those of you who don't know,
I thought you were going to read the question.
One Light Answers are our favorite segment where we rapid fire questions to our guest. And in fencing, in order to put on that single light, you have to be decisive, quick, and committed. So just like that, our guests have to be decisive, quick, and committed to the first thing that comes to their mind. And We'll see where it goes.
Are you doing even and odd right now?
Steven, we're not reading that one. That's just not okay.
We can cut it.
Aforementioned team being the 2012 champion team?
Not Ben.
Yeah. So then it already... Okay.
Just do the segment.
All right, Seth. It's time. Who are your two favorite fencers?
Cody Matter and Wang Lei.
I said Wang Lei too. Let's go. He's cool. All right.
Favorite city you've ever been to for fencing?
Kyiv.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. Good one.
Good choice.
What was in your equipment bag that probably shouldn't be?
Hacky sack.
That's funny.
Who was the most challenging bout you ever fenced in your career?
Cam Viviani.
I've heard that actually. I heard he was like a tank, a workhorse tank.
So that's what made it hard, is he just worked you down?
Yeah, I mean, like, we fenced a lot as I beat him in under 13 at JOs. And so like we like fenced like all the way up until like I think like juniors. Just like over and over again. And like I just knew every time. There was never a time when you're like, oh, I'm gonna win. I just have to like every time it was just gonna be a nightmare. Yeah.
That's funny. All right. OG team. You, Soren, Cody, Ben.
Brad.
And Brad. Who could throw ball the furthest right now?
Right now?
Today, tonight.
10:33, December 18th.
What kind of ball?
Baseball.
Cody.
I like it.
He's gonna break something doing it, but
It's okay.
Yeah.
As long as it goes the farthest, he wins.
Yeah. Because I've seen him throw an epee on an entire basketball court.
That's actually pretty good.
He wins.
That is pretty good.
Was this out of anger or just for fun?
Frustration.
Okay, that's really cool, honestly. Steven, your turn.
If you had to start your career over again right now, but you could either do it left-handed or in Sam Imrek's body, which one would you choose?
Left-handed. Being 6'4" has so many advantages to all of life.
Yeah, honestly, it's true. All right. So if you had to go through it all over again, but your military career had to be one of the other branches, which one would it be and why?
It has to be Army because they actually have a WCAP program.
All right. That's fair. That's a fair reason. Steven,
Yeah.
do you have any more? Because I got more in the tank.
Give me one.
Okay.
Hit me.
Okay.
Hit him.
If
Close out.
If pear was not pear and it had to be another fruit, which fruit would it be and why?
Blackberry.
And why?
They're delicious.
All right. We'll take it. Steven?
Oh, I'm going to jump to the last one. Unless you have, if you
No,
have
no,
more,
no,
you're
that-
batting
no,
1,000 right now.
No, that was
so.
it. I'm going to take a lesson from everyone else's book and quit while I'm ahead. I don't know how to do that, Seth, but I'm practicing right now.
So much growth on this podcast.
Yeah.
Final question, Seth. What's your favorite piece of pre-war equipment?
It's going to be the underarm protector.
Seth, this is awesome. At the end of the episode, I'm always left with a very similar feeling. I wish we had said that. I wish we had talked about this. And at the same time, I just feel so grateful to have had you in the studio with Steven and I. And just thank you for the transparent ability and willingness to share your story and some of the things that you've gone through, because as you talked about, it's not easy to go through. And hopefully some of the people listening understand that the people at the top go through ups and downs just like anybody else, and that big moments are sometimes met with challenges in the exact same, hours span, minutes span, and just to always stay open-minded and to never judge early because your story's still going now. So just really, really happy to have you here, and thank you.
Yeah, I'll keep it short because I think that was that was beautiful, Ari. I liked that a lot. But Seth, I just wanted to say I'm very grateful that our paths were able to cross in my fencing journey. Selfishly, I'm very happy for it. You're a really cool guy. This was such a cool surprise. I was absolutely taken aback, and it was delicious. Thank you for
Most thoughtful gift. No, Rachel
Rachel made us cookies.
Rachel made us cookies. They were good cookies. But the cookies took 1 day or less to make. This took how long?
Weeks.
Like, sorry, Rachel, he's got you beat. He was thinking of us a while ago. But
The Crusher.
you guys are top 2.
I'll take top 2.
I mean, you're number 1, but we gotta let
take
Rachel know she's in top 2.
Take top 2. But yeah, thank you for taking the time to come on this with us late at night, and very much looking forward to more memories made together, more work to do, and just thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. I love the episodes that I've heard so far. My wife introduced me to audiobooks, and then I got sidetracked in the off season. 6 books into this Dungeon Crawler Carl series.
I feel like somebody told me about this actually.
Might have been me after Seth told me, but maybe not.
I think it was Trevor Shepard.
Okay.
Anyway.
But no, I love you that you guys are just helping kind of share everyone's stories and getting it out there for everyone to hear.
Trying to build fencing lore, Seth. Now you're in the lore.
Your lore's on the internet.
Your lore is going to be on the internet.
Yeah. It'll be my second podcast.
Really? Who's number 1?
There's one called Blue Grit.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a cool name.
It was
for
actually
a
really
podcast.
good. I was really happy with it.
Yeah. Is that what you're going to say about ours?
What?
It was actually really good. I was happy with it.
That one was like a really weird experience, and then I went back and listened to it, and I was like, it was really weird because it was an Air Force One, so everybody started listening to it at work. So it was like weird to hear your own voice at work. But yeah, it took me a little while to warm up there, but I was like, oh yeah, it's so good. But way more comfortable here.
All right.
I didn't know the interviewer there.
Yeah. Well, this was awesome, and feeling extra excited for camp tomorrow. Anyways,
Be intense.
thank you, Seth. Should we pair on 3 to get out of here?
Yeah.
I love that.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Pair. Woo.
My favorite piece of Prior equipment is the Prior bottle opener. So be sure to get yours at priorusa.com.
Having the opportunity to highlight and share these amazing stories with you guys is something that's super fulfilling for Steven and I. And every time that you interact with our podcast via liking, following, sharing, subscribing, commenting, not only does it give us feedback, but it also helps us, with the ability to bring on more and better guests. So we wouldn't be able to do this without you, and continue supporting, and we'll keep on bringing awesome stuff just like this episode to you all. Thank you. Oh, that's interesting. This actually helps. I'm a slippery guy. I've fallen. I've hurt myself many times while doing sports, on courts, on fencing strips. And if you're anything like me, it's not your fault. But this does help. Check out the link in our bio, in our description, and use code ALLIN for a nice little discount. Thank you, Edge, for sponsoring this podcast.